Hello.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. It looks like we're going to have a pretty big class today. So to start off, who was able to work on the outline homework that I assigned? Who was able to try that? I know it was a little challenging, but who had a chance to work on that? You can unmute yourself and tell me, or you can write in the chat box.
Me.
Okay, so Lily, anybody else? Elaine, good?
Did it.
Good. Okay, very good. So we're gonna go over that today, and I'm going to show you how I want an outline done. And then I'm gonna give you that assignment to do again, but I'm gonna show you how I want it done specifically. Now, some people already know how to write an outline, but they don't do it with the pre-writing. And so I think it's important that we make sure we understand how to pre-write. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'd like to share my screen with you, and what's this, unit 1? No, I want unit 2. Why did it bring me to unit 1? Oh, that's section 2. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so who can, we'll start with Parisa. Parisa, can you start by reading these writing instructions for us, please?
Identify keywords in the prompt. Please write a title. Please write a hook. Please write an outline. One line and grade for instruction. One body, paragraph, topic, sentence, and conclusion. Grade 5 introduction. Introduction. Two body, paragraph, topic, sentence, and conclusion. Grade 6 and 7. Introduction, 3 body paragraphs, topic, sentence, and conclusion.
Okay, good. This group that this class that we have is, some people are in 4th grade and some are in 5th grade, some are in 6th grade. So I would like to see, please raise your hand if you, or say me if you are in 4th grade. Is anybody in lower than 4th grade? Okay. Is anybody in 3rd grade? Okay. Nina, you're in 3rd grade? Okay. If anybody in 5th grade? Is there anybody in 5th grade? Anybody in 6th grade? Okay, how? Anybody in 7th grade? Anybody in 8th grade? What about Serena, Ricky, Joelle? What grades are you guys in? Ricky, Serena, Joelle, are you there? Ricky's in 11th grade. Okay, great. All right, so what we're gonna do, what we're gonna start with is we're gonna just start with this one body paragraph, a topic, sentence, and a conclusion, just to get the idea going here. So essentially, if you get a prompt like this, if you could change into any animal for one day, which animal would you want to be and why? You want to start by finding the keywords in that prompt. So animal and why. That's what would be kind of words that stand out. And then here they decided to write about a whale, so they titled it A Whale of an Experience. And the hook. Who knows what a hook does? Who can describe for the class what a hook does in an essay? Parisa, go ahead.
A hook, like it like it makes a reader want to read the yeah, like it just attracts the reader.
Yeah, good job. And thank you, Hao, for your input. So imagine that your essay has readers, and the readers are all like fish and they're swimming along, and your hook is the part of the essay that comes down and hooks the fish, hooks the reader. The hook is the interesting part. It's kind of like a standout sentence that gets your readers to go, oh yeah, cool. I totally want to read that. Okay. Then you have an introduction and a body paragraph and a conclusion. Now you don't have to write these in order. That's a misconception that you have to write everything first, keywords, hook, then intro, then body paragraph, then conclusion. You don't have to. That's actually not how writing always works. So we're going to work together to get an example of an outline together. All right. Ricky, can you read this prompt that we're going to work together on?
What scientific advance do you think has changed people's lives the most? Explain why.
Good. Okay. So, what scientific advance do you think has changed people's lives the most? Explain why. So, what we're going to do is we are going to start creating an outline for this. Okay, it's going to be a group sort of outline, and then you are going to end up doing this on your own for homework. All right, so let's work together here. Nina, what do you think are some keywords in this prompt? What are some important words in that prompt?
Like the words in there.
Yeah, what are the words that are important in there?
Advice. Scientific advice.
Scientific advance. Okay, good. All right. How? What are some other key words in this? Changed. Okay. So we have scientific advance, we have change. Serena, do you see any other keywords in that prompt? How says lives. What do you think, Serena?
Most.
Most? Okay, good. All right, so we're pulling out some keywords here. Now, does this prompt say, just tell me what scientific advance you think has improved people's lives and then do nothing more? No. What's it saying, Teresa? It's asking us to do something else.
It says explain why.
Yeah, exactly. It's asking us to explain why. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put you guys in a breakout room for 2 minutes, and you are going to talk with your group on what sort of scientific advance you think has changed people's lives the most. So can anybody give me an example of what a scientific advance might be? Luke?
Electricity?
A what, sweetie?
Electricity.
Electricity. Good. They relied on science to create electricity, or to harness the electricity so that we can do stuff like this. Without electricity, we couldn't be on a Zoom meeting. Very good. Okay. Everybody give me a thumbs up if you understand what you're going to have to do in the breakout room. Everybody give me a thumbs up, please, if you understand. How, Joelle, Lily? You guys understand? All right, very good. So I'm going to put you in a breakout room, and I want, I'm going to ask one of you in each breakout room to be the recorder. And what that means is you are going to write down what your team talks about in terms of ideas. Okay, so let's say Parisa, Nina, and Luke are in a team. I would choose Luke, and he's going to be the recorder. So Luke is going to write down the ideas that his team comes up with so that he can share. Yeah, you guys understand? Does everybody understand that? Okay, so let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So I'm going to do 2 groups of 5. And it seems like somebody is popping in and out, so I'll just do 2 groups. And I want you guys to spend those 2 minutes coming up with absolutely as many ideas as you can think of that would, yeah, go ahead and get a pencil if you want, Nina, that's fine. Absolutely come up with as many ideas as you can. So when I put you in a team, I'm going to tell you who the recorder is, okay? So Harisa, you're going to be group 1 recorder, and Ricky, you're going to be group 2 recorder, okay? So all right, guys. So you should be able to go to your rooms now, and I'll see you back in 2 minutes.
Wait, do I press join breakout room?
Yes. So Luke and Joelle, you need to join the room now. Joelle, are you there? Hi, sweetheart. Hi, baby. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Welcome back. My doggy wanted to join us today. You guys want to meet my dog? Okay, come here. She's a little shy. Say hi. That's Melly. She's kind of big, but she's only a baby. She's only 4.5 months old. Okay, she's got to go now. Say bye. All right, if you were the group, if you were the group recorder, please put your answers in the chat if you haven't already. Thank you. Thank you, Ricky. And so I'm just waiting for Parisa to go ahead and put hers in there.
So we, I don't think we did, like,
You what, honey?
I don't think we, like, we talked about it.
What did you guys talk about then?
I don't know.
What do you mean? You were in the group. Weren't you?
Yeah,
Okay, so what do you guys talk about?
I don't know, but just,
Okay, so anybody else in Parisa's group, what are some ideas you guys had? Lily said vaccinations.
Well, for some reason, I came up with the idea like a bird.
Like a what, honey?
Bird.
A bird? What do you mean? What bird? You're muted. I can't hear you. Can't hear you, Nina. If you want to speak, honey, just unmute yourself so I can hear you. Like talking like a bird. What does that mean? Okay, Luke, what did your group talk about? Did you guys talk about some ideas?
Well, I only heard bird, but I wasn't even sure what that meant.
I don't understand what that means either. So Nina, Lily, Parisa, and Luke, you guys were all in a group together and you guys only talked about birds? Okay, Parisa, what did you guys talk about then?
like, we didn't really talk about it either.
Why not? That was the assignment.
I don't
Next
know.
time I'll have to do a different group. Okay, so I'm going to just use vaccinations because Lily typed that in for me. All right, so let's go forward. And here's some brainstorm ideas. So we have vaccinations, electricity, internet, electronics, medications, cars, and light bulbs. Good. Okay, good. Very good. So when we have to write an outline, that's basically getting us ready to write a what? What are we writing an outline for? What are we going to eventually write? Who knows the answer to that? What do you think, Elaine? What am I going to eventually write if I'm going to write an outline, Elaine?
The first sentence for each paragraph.
Yeah, I'm going to write an essay, right? Yeah. So I need to get as many ideas as I can. Yeah, good, Brisa. I need to get as many ideas as I can so it'll make my life easier. So I'd like you guys to take a vote because we're all going to be working together right now to write an outline. So in the chat box, I'd like you to choose either vaccinations or one of these and put it in the chat box for me, please. You can do a private chat just to me if you don't want everybody to see what you choose. And go ahead and send that in right now. Okay, it's looking like the overwhelming majority are voting for electricity. So we're going to talk about that then. We're going to use electricity. All right. So we're going to basically write an essay about electricity. Okay. And what we need to do is we need to come up with some ideas that we can talk about. And let's revisit the prompt. It says, what scientific advance do you think has changed people's lives the most, and explain why? So our body paragraph is going to probably be why electricity has changed people's lives so much, right? Because it's asking us to answer that question. So what I want you guys to do is now I'm going to put you in a different group, and I do really want you, actually, you know what? Let's not do a group. Everybody send it into the chat. I want you to answer this question for me in the chat. Why do you think electricity has changed people's lives so much? I'd like you to spend about 2 minutes answering that question, please. And drop it into the chat box. I'm seeing some good ideas here. I'd like to see an answer from everybody, please. Right now I see 3 answers. Got some more to go. Okay, good. I'm seeing some great ideas. All right. Very good, you guys. These are really creative ideas. I like how some people are thinking sort of beyond, sort of outside the box here. All right, very good. So I'm going to just copy and paste some ideas here. Now, when you're doing this yourself, you're not going to be getting lots of different ideas from lots of different people. All these ideas are going to be coming from you, right? And it's important that you allow yourself and give yourself about 5 minutes to brainstorm. So what I recommend is that when you get an assignment like this, you give yourself about 5 minutes, set a timer for about 5 minutes, and just brainstorm any ideas you have. Okay, who said it's used sometimes for the most important things? What important things would that be? Whoever said that, see. It's used for the most important things. How? It's used sometimes for the most important things, like what? Like what important things? It's used frequently. Joelle, how is it used frequently? How do you use it? Why do you use electricity so much? How? Or Serena, I apologize. Okay, who said we couldn't have Zoom without this meeting? Lily, why not? Why do we need electricity to have the Zoom meeting? Don't tell me, type it. Okay, good. Okay.
I
All right.
spelled that wrong.
That's okay, honey. So computers need electricity, yes. Electricity has changed people's lives. Okay, good. All right, let's take a look here at these ideas again and kind of edit them down. All right. It's used from, we got that. So it gives us light, right? So what's another way you could make light if you don't have electricity?
Candle.
What is it?
Candle.
What's that?
Like a candle.
Candle, yeah, fire. Because it makes light. Yeah, we have that. Okay. It gives us another way to punish someone. Ooh, I don't really want to focus on that. Because electricity supported a lot more things that we use, such as internet. Yes, daily. Yeah.
How do you punish someone with computers and iPads?
Yeah. We need stuff like computers, iPads. Also, girls and boys, there's cars now, right? There's electric cars. And there's also things like trains, electric trains and cars, right? Power lines. I don't want to talk about punishing people in this. Electricity has changed people's lives because it makes it easier. Very good. Very, very good. It makes it easier to communicate and to do things at night, right? Because of lights. Yeah, we need electricity for Zoom. It helped us to do school during quarantine. Can you imagine being at home and not having any access to anything at school because you didn't have any internet?
What's a quarantine?
Quarantine is what happened with COVID, where you had to stay home and stay safe. Yeah, so electricity offers us the opportunity to get online and to learn things we didn't know about. Having business meetings and class meetings, you can just go online. Yeah, we said computers need electricity. That's right. Okay, very good. These are all great ideas. So we spent about 5 minutes together coming up with some ideas. So I think what we can do is we can kind of combine some of these ideas. So what I'd like for you to choose is I'd like you to choose 2 of these ideas that you like a lot. And I'm going to put a number by them and you can write them in the chat box. And I'm going to kind of zoom out and make this smaller so you can see it. So electricity, because it's something that we use every day. Let me see. I'm going to kind of consolidate this. Such as internet. Okay, so this is about things we use every day. And this is about making it's easier to use, like to go out at night and communicate, like through cell phones, right? Through phones. Actually, before cell phones, actual landline phones. This one is about Zoom and quarantine and using the internet to search for things, for information, and kind of like business meetings. Okay, good. Okay, so what I want you to do in the chat box is I want you to choose 1, 2, or 1. Yeah, just choose one, I guess. Choose 1, 2, or 3 and type it in the chat box for me. Just the number 1, 2, or 3, whichever one you want to focus on most. Still looking for everybody to type it in. Okay, I see a 2. Okay, lots of 2. I see a 1. Number 2, lots of 1s and 2s. Okay, good. Okay, no worries. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use both 1 and 2 in our essay. Now, once you've gone through this kind of brainstorm and you realize, oh, I'm not going to actually use that, you don't have to get rid of it. It's still really good information to have. You can just leave it there. Okay, so we're going to start answering why electricity has changed people's lives so much. Well, we're going to add these 2 ideas in here. I'm going to just copy and paste this into our brainstorm, okay? We'll keep these ideas here just in case. Okay, so we're going to talk about, well, who thinks they can summarize number 1 for me in like a short phrase? Who thinks they can do that? Could be a challenge. Okay, Parisa, how can I summarize that?
It's just like you can summarize it by just saying like electricity change people's lives and became something that people used every day.
Good. Okay, great, very good. And we're going to keep all these examples, right? So examples would be all these things: internet, light, phones, etc. Right? Good, very good. Okay, who thinks they can summarize number 2 for
I
me?
think I can.
Okay, go ahead, Nina.
So like artistically change people's lives because it makes it easier to see things at night and to let people talk through phones.
Yeah, so electricity makes life easier, right? And examples would be going out at night, because of the lights, the street lights. And using and being able to communicate, right? So can anybody see any parallels between number 2 and number 1? Anybody see similarities between 2 and 1? Can I combine 2 and 1 together in any way? Anybody think I can combine 2 and 1? What do you think, Ricky? Do you think I can combine 2 ideas from 2 with ideas from 1?
I think that's possible.
Yeah. How could I do that? Maybe I could use some keywords from 2 and copy and paste it into 1. What do you think I should add in there?
I think you can you can use you can just put like the first sentence in second one, combining with the first sentence in the first one. You can say electricity is something that we use every day and it makes our life easier.
Very good. Okay, very good. So Teresa, did you have something you wanted to add to that?
I think you can do like electricity is something that makes our lives easier that we use every day.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything from this section here that I can copy and paste into this section here? What do you think, Teresa?
Well, not really.
Does anybody have an idea? Can I take anything from this phrase here and add it into this phrase? Or are they totally unrelated? What do you think, Serena?
They have some relationship.
What, honey?
They have some relationship. Yes.
Yeah, there's a relationship, right? So like internet, lights, street lights, and phones. We said communicate through phones, right? So it's sort of repetitive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to leave that like that. Okay, very good. So now we kind of have an idea. Okay, so in our outline, this would be our body paragraph 1, why electricity has changed people's lives so much. And this is going to be our answer. When we write the real essay, we are going to expand. We're going to talk about more examples, like what type of lights and how does the internet or how does the electricity help a computer, and where are power lines, stuff like that. Okay, so we've come to the point now where we could probably start writing a title. Does anybody have a title in mind when you think about answering this prompt? The prompt is, what scientific advance do you think has changed people's lives the most? Anybody have an idea for a title? We're talking about electricity and how it's changing people's lives. Anybody have an idea?
Electricity?
Yeah, we should maybe use electricity. What about you, Hao? Do you have an idea for a title? What about you, Luke? Any ideas for a title? Amazing electrical stuff. Okay. All right, guys, we got an electrifying experience. Very good. How about an amazing electrifying experience? Love it. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. So now we're understanding that we're going to talk about electricity, right? So I need you guys to come up with a hook. That means you have to share something interesting to get my attention as a reader. Otherwise, I'm just going to be like, oh, so boring. I don't want to read this. So I want you to choose something from our body paragraph 1 that stands out to you. And I want you to tell me something interesting about that. Yeah? I'll give you 1 minute. Go ahead and type it into the chat box, please. All right, 30 seconds. Everybody should be typing their ideas in the chat box. I should be seeing tons of ideas coming through. Even if it's not a complete thought, it's just an idea. That's totally fine too. The question, Ricky, was for you to give me something interesting that we can put as a hook about anything that we read or anything that we came up with in this body paragraph 1. Ah, good, Serena. Very good. Very good, Parisa. Got some good writers in here. All right, any other ideas, friends? Oh, good, Luke. Good job. Very good. Okay, good. Yeah, so it looks like we're kind of all using similar ideas, which is great. So I like how we're putting this hook in the form of a question that does intrigue a reader, right? So we have, imagine what you would do without electricity. And Luke, can you read the next one, please?
Did you know that there are a lot of uses for electricity?
Good. Hal, can you read this next one, please?
Do you ever wonder how electricity is important?
Good. Elaine, can you read this next one, please?
Electricity helps people to do important things like seeing in the dark and talking.
Good. Yeah, good. Okay, so this last one is really good piece of information, like for our brainstorm, but it's not so much a hook. We want like a short kind of powerful hook, okay? So I want you guys to vote again. 1, 2, or 3. Put it in the chat box for me. Which one do you like? What can we use for our hook? Okay, Nina, you don't have to keep writing it. All right, good. So where's Joelle and Serena and Luke? Okay, all right, I'm seeing a majority want to do number 1. Okay, good. So we're going to pause here for today with that lesson, and we're going to continue talking about this next time because I really want you guys to understand how to write an outline. And so I'm not going to give the outline homework tonight. I'm going to give different homework because I want us to all be on the same page, okay? And before I assign homework, does anybody have any questions about any of the things that we were talking about today? I know it was a lot of information.
I have a question about the chat.
Okay, honey, what's your question?
Did I break the chat by putting too much ones?
Did you break the chat? You did not break the chat.
Okay.
No problem. All right, so let me make sure I've got this right here. Vocab reading grammar only. Vocab reading grammar only. Okay, so what I'm going to give you for homework is actually going to be moving into Unit 3. And I know we haven't started Unit 3 together, but that's okay. So I'm going to have you work on these homeworks. You can see Unit 3 grammar, Unit 3 vocab intro. I think what I want you to do, yeah. Let's see, vocab 10, 10, 10, 10, 10.
Are you going to do all of them?
That's what I was trying to decide. No, I want you to focus on Unit 3 grammar right sentences. That's the first one. And the vocab intro and the synonym. So just these 3. Oops, sorry. I'd like you to do these 3. Okay? So it's going to be Unit 3 and the first 3 homeworks. Okay? Does anybody have any question? Okay, if nobody has questions, then I'm going to end the meeting. Everybody good? All right, guys. So in that case, I am going to end and I will see you on Saturday, okay? I hope you have a great week. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.